Hello everyone, and welcome to our second webinar on what's new with the USPS in 2018. My name is Liz, and I'll be your moderator for today. Before we get started, I just wanted to run through a couple of quick housekeeping items. As I mentioned, this is the second webinar of this series. We'll be giving you a quick overview of what we covered in our first webinar back in March, but if you'd like a recording of the full presentation, please email me at webinars@melissa.com. Our third session will be held on November 14th at 11 a.m. Pacific Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, we encourage questions, so feel free to type your questions in the chat box as they come to you. We'll get to as many of them as we can towards the end of the presentation. And as always, we are recording today's webinar, so if you miss anything, don't worry, we'll send you a link of the recording first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, now on to the more exciting stuff. You might notice us talking about Melissa Direct in this webinar. Melissa recently launched a new brand along with a new website that specifically caters to mailers and direct marketers. melissadirect.com hosts all the products and services you need for lead generation, customer profiling, list hygiene, and data enhancements, along with end-to-end mailing solutions that prepare and pre-sort USPS compliant direct mail. Again, that website is melissadirect.com, so feel free to check it out. And that's all I have for housekeeping items, so I'm now going to turn it over to Peter Hanfield, today's webinar presenter.
Thank you for that introduction, Liz. Today we're going to cover the change of address requirements that went into effect in January 2018. We're going to talk about informed delivery by the United States Postal Service and informed visibility, mail tracking, and reporting, which is also from the USPS. Part 1, change of address. Back in January, the post office decided that they needed to change the threshold of bad addresses that will be accepted. They changed it from 30% down to 0.5%. The main reason they did this was to cut down costs for both mailers and for the post office. It takes up a lot of extra space, and it costs them a lot of money to get rid of all the mail and also try to send out bad addresses. To help encourage mailers to cut down on this, they did several things. First, they increased the price per charge from 7 to 8 cents for any of the bad records. If you only get charged that if you go over the threshold. And they also decided to make ACS free as long as you're meeting the full service requirements. The post office prefers that you both do a pre-mailing and a post-mailing update to your mailing list. For the pre-mailing, you could do an NCOA link, which is the National Change of Address link, which verifies your list against the United States Postal Service NCOA database. This database is updated every 7 days, so it's pretty accurate, and it gets updated a lot. They also have the NCOA Link MPE machines, which is a giant machine that is able to generate the labels and verify the addresses on the machine. What it does is, as the letters go through the processing equipment, it's actually able to read the address, and then it's able to match it against the printed address from the mail piece against the NCOA database. If it's able to find a match, it'll it'll print up a new label and put that on the mail piece. There's also the post-mailing methods, which is auxiliary service endorsements, and there's also ACS. The service endorsements are the ones that say like return service requested or something like that on each mail piece. The post office is trying to get away from doing those because it's kind of old-fashioned and it looks worse on the actual mail piece. What they're really encouraging people to do is use their ACS service, which is free if you meet the qualifications for full service mailing. One of the benefits of the ACS rather than the ASE is that the information is provided to you electronically rather than a hard copy piece of paper with the changes that were made to the list. To help satisfy your move update methods, Melissa Direct offers several solutions. We offer our mailers online, which is a per project pricing that does pre-sorting, and it offers free NCOA. We also have our Mailers Plus 4 desktop software, which does postal automation, pre-sorting, and address validation. We offer our Smart Mover FTP service, our Smart Mover web service, and we also have it integrated into some of our enterprise solutions such as Pentaho, SSIS, and Talon. Part 2, Informed Delivery. What Informed Delivery does is it takes a physical copy of your mail piece, scans it, and takes a picture of it, and then takes those pieces, all the ones that were scanned, and matches it to a delivery point, so you're able to see what gets delivered to you. Basically, how it works is a customer will sign up on the USPS website. During the processing, it'll take a picture of the mail piece and matches each piece to the delivery point. Any campaign data that you want added, such as a QR code, will be added at this time. It'll notify the person receiving the mail via email, and then the user will receive the mail piece. Here's an example of what it actually looks like, the pieces and stuff that get sent through it. As you can see, I got this a couple days ago. Just gives a brief email that says you have a mail arriving, and it shows you a picture of each mail piece that it gets sent. So here I have a letter from Spectrum. Looks like one from AT&T. A coupon here from Big O Tires, and something from Marvel Studios. And it also tells me I have a mail piece which they don't currently have an image for. It is also going to be included in that day's mail. Usually what those are is they're either flat mail pieces or packages. For flat mail pieces, the post office hopes to have those available for informed delivery by the end of the year. But they're currently still working on both that and packages. One thing you can see here is from this Big O Tires ad right here. Sure, it's great that they're sending out coupons and stuff, but what if I wanted to get a tire rotation today rather than tomorrow when I actually have the piece? Well, if they would have done a mail campaign with the USPS and provided a QR code here that would take me to their website that has the coupons, I might go to them right now and go ahead and get the tire rotation rather than having to wait till the next day. You could also do that with any kind of sales that you were offering. Using the QR codes and is a great way to increase your hits and stuff to your website. How you could participate as a mailer is you could plan your campaign, you prepare your mailing, provide the different mailing details to the post office. The post office will help you induct your mailing into the mail stream, and then they'll help analyze and gather insights. You'll be able to view the results of your campaign, including email open rate and the number of click-throughs. Here's a sample campaign that the post office shows on this website. Oops. It just shows like a 10% off, and then it also has a little thing here, like if you click on it, it'll actually take you to their website where you'll actually be able to buy the products themselves. As you can see on this picture, it actually shows a color photo, but right now the post office is only able to do black and white. They are currently working on updating all their machines to do colors as well as black and white. So hopefully they'll have that done also by the end of the year. If you want to learn more about starting a postal campaign using informed delivery, you can visit their website at usps.com/informed delivery campaigns. Part 3 of our presentation today is Informed Visibility, Mail Tracking and Reporting. What is it, you may ask? Informed Visibility is a near real-time single source for all mail and mail tracking information. It provides the mailing industry with powerful insight into the postal mail stream, providing near real-time mail tracking data for letters and flats. With that data, you're able to, it leverages the full service intelligent mail barcode and nesting associates to create assumed handling events, offering handling events such as delivery events based on business rules, providing multiple data file formats and delivery methods to receive the data. It has the ability to enable rules and permissions management to determine users' application functionality and data visibility, offering flexible data delegation to receive and provide visibility. Who's it for? Well, basically it's for any commercial mailer who is looking to track the barcode either of letters, flats, bundles, and the different handling units such as tray, tubs, and sacks. And it, of course, also does pallets. It supports both first class, marketing mail, and periodicals, which is both newspapers and magazines. Some of the benefits of it is that you're able to obtain near real-time notification when your mail is received. It's the last processing scan. With this information, you're able to enable a fulfillment, staffing, and inventory plan based on the mail delivery, which will help cut down on cost. You also know when your message is reaching your audience, so you can synchronize multi-channel marketing. One thing great also is that it is available for incoming reply mail. This will help you manage cash flow and accounts receivable more effectively by knowing about how much it's going to cost for that incoming reply mail. And you could also helps you evaluate the success of your advertising campaign in near real time. A brief history of informed visibility. It used to be called mail tracing back in the day, and now they changed it to informed visibility. Back then, it would only do the scans at the post office. It wouldn't use any other data besides the scans at the different post offices it receives. Now they're able to use the GPS tracking information from the carrier handheld scanners to create what are termed logical delivery events. This will give mailers more insight to when the mail is delivered without the need for a physical scan. These logical delivery events should fill in all the current visibility gaps with the previous system. How it works is the mail will be processed through the mail stream. The intelligent mail barcode, the pallets, trays, and sacks, and mail pieces are scanned at the mail processing equipment. These scans include codes indicating the type of machine on which the mail is processed in and an operation code. These operation codes identify the specific sorting process performed on the MPE. The operation codes are grouped into processing phases, which indicate how far along the mail is in the mail stream and if the mail has been delivered. Also, for an example, if I was sending out a letter here in Santa Margarita to Medford, Oregon, phase 1 would be at the post office in Santa Margarita. That would be phase 0. Phase 1 would be Santa Ana, the SDF in the area. I'm guessing phase 2 would probably be the NDC. I'm not sure if that would be still considered phase 1 or phase 2. And then phase 3 would be the processing plan in Medford, Oregon. And then phase 4 would be the logical delivery event, implying that the mail has completed all the processing steps and is out for final delivery. If you'd like to get started, you can visit their website at postalpro.usps.com and just search for informed visibility, or you could go to the link provided to you in this slide. Also, you could call their support center at 1-800-238-3150, option number 2, or you could email them at informedvisibility@usps.gov. Now back over to Liz for any questions that we received.
Thanks, Peter. We just have a couple minutes for questions. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time to this webinar series, we do like to keep them at about 20 minutes or less, just to be respectful of your guys' time. So we'll take a couple of audience questions, and then while I'm doing that, let me just throw Peter's contact information up on the screen. If you have any questions about today's presentation that you don't think of right now and you'd like to ask us later, feel free to email us at tech@melissadata.com or call 1-800-800-6245. Or again, you can email me directly at webinars@melissa.com. So our first question we'll take from the audience is, are there any costs associated with ACS?
As long as you're meeting the full service requirements, the post office will not charge you for using ACS, but they also do recommend that you also do both ACS, which is the post-mailing solution, and also a pre-mailing solution such as NCOA Link.
Great. Next question. What service would you recommend to someone just getting started in mailing? Oh, that's a good question.
We have a couple different solutions here that would be great for new mailers, which is probably the best one would be our Mailers Online. It provides, if you're doing a mailing under 5,000, it is free to use. If you're doing anything over that, you're just paying per record, so it's very affordable. It also offers free NCOA processing built into it, so it'll not only do the pre-sorting for you, it'll run it through the change of address for you, and it also we're adding that it does deduping, and it'll also do labels.
Great. So we have another question. Not sure if we mentioned this, but how much does the informed visibility cost?
That's one of the great things about it is the post office actually doesn't charge for it. It's actually embedded in the barcode, so it's actually no more work for them, so they don't actually have any cost associated with it right now.
Perfect. I'm not sure if this question is specific to informed delivery or visibility, but can you receive notifications by text or email only?
For informed delivery, they have it available on their website. If you go to the USPS.com and go to the dashboard, you'll be able to view all your items there. Also, they do have an app for Android. I'm not quite sure yet if they have one for iPhones yet, but they do have one for Android. For informed delivery, it's actually a file, so you wouldn't really be able to text that to a person. But it is available as an email. Also, you could go to the website and download it yourself. And you could also set it up so automatically every day or every hour you could actually do it is set it up so it gets sent to you.
Perfect. Okay. Why aren't the postal carriers scanning the letters as they deliver the mail?
They're not. To do that, it would be a lot more work and it would slow them down. And since they have the ability to just grab the GPS information out of the scanner themselves, it's a lot easier and less time consuming. The post office tries to run as efficient as they can. By having each letter get scanned, it would slow them down drastically. So that's pretty much why. And apparently one of our users out there said there is an app for the iPhones now for informed delivery.
Great. Well, thanks for that information. Okay. Well, that looks like that's all the time that we have for today. So I just want to thank you so much, Peter, for being here today and presenting that information to us. And also a quick shout out to the USPS for providing that information to us. Again, if you have any questions that we didn't have time to get to today, feel free to email us on your own time and we'll be happy to answer those one-off. Again, look for a recording of today's presentation in your email boxes first thing tomorrow morning. I'll also be sending out a PDF version of today's slides in case you missed anything. So thank you all for joining us and we hope that you have a beautiful day.